Maureen, not keeping local voters away from the polls right now. Too early to call, too close to call. Those are the phrases of the hour when it comes to any idea of projections for key races.
That's right. And to break it all down for us, we're going to introduce you to one of our analysts for tonight. We have Elizabeth Thompson. She's coming from the Nevada Independent. She has been covering Nevada politics and government since 2008, so you know what you're talking about. Thank you for joining us.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me.
Let's start with there's a change in how the county, Clark County, is going to count ballots this year. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so we just found out a few minutes ago that any mail ballots that came in today will be set aside and actually not tabulated tonight. Clark County is going to focus on counting in-person voting that showed up and any early voting tallies that are still yet to be counted. So basically, we already were saying earlier that we're not going to know a lot tonight, and now it seems like we're going to know even less than we thought.
Exciting. No, that's not exciting for anyone, but they have to let the process play out. And of course, we're seeing so many people exercising their right to vote with these long lines. I find that pretty encouraging, especially since it's not a presidential year.
Yeah, I have to say it's pretty good. The weather was not great today around the state, neither in southern nor northern Nevada, and yet the lines are long just about everywhere as we're getting these field reports. So people are definitely interested in this election. We surpassed, we were kind of tallying today compared to prior midterms. So turnout in Clark today surpassed 2010. Hasn't yet reached 2018 levels, so we'll see, but it looks to me like we might fall somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, you mentioned up north. I saw the governor close some state offices up there because of the bad weather up in the northern part of the state. But when we get to these lines, Elizabeth, we're talking about, we keep saying over and over, last person in line at 7 o'clock gets to vote. Last we saw from both the Galleria and then Centennial Center, some of those lines were still an hour long.
Yeah, or more, and in the rurals may be the case as well. We sometimes forget that the polling locations in the rurals can be very small, and so it takes longer to get people through. At last cycle, I think it was past 9 o'clock when we saw the first return, so I think people should be prepared for that as well tonight.
Yeah, we've been trying to get people in the mindset of not thinking that they're going to find out everything tonight. Do you think that there will be any surprises to come our way? I know that, you know, when you're dealing with a lot of the nonpartisan people, we just don't know what they will end up doing with this race tonight.
Yeah, there are a couple really big unanswered questions, and we probably won't know the answers for many days. One of them is now that voter registration in Nevada, the nonpartisans are approaching 30%. That's a huge voting block. We don't know how they're going to swing. There may be some ticket splitting as well that goes on there with the nonpartisans. That's not uncommon, so that throws an extra layer of mystery into the situation. We're always, of course, talking about the Latino vote. Are they going to turn out, and how big, and in what numbers? And then, again, the ticket splitting, I think, is going to really be key. If you want to have me back on in a week and see if I was right or not. But I think we may see some interesting results down the ticket where it might not go quite the way people think in one direction or the other.
Let me ask you, we also don't know what to make of this last minute surge that we're seeing with the long lines. We don't know which party that favors. John Ralston with the Nevada Independent, as you know, earlier in the day was saying that it looked like for voting today, Republicans had the edge.
Yeah, it is typically a trend, although sometimes nowadays we have to throw the trends out the window because with mail voting so much has changed. But there definitely big turnout today by Republicans, not just in Clark County, but across the state. They've definitely held a strong lead in some cases, not just 2-1, like 5-1, or even 10-1 in some precincts that we were seeing. That said, the Democrats also were out voting today. And we were being told, for example, by activists in the field with the Culinary Union that they were encouraging Democratic voters to slide their ballots into a drop box and not to vote in person. And so that's another layer of, oh gosh, so we just don't know how many Democrats showed up today.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned them because they were trying to knock on at least 1 million doors. I mean, that's talking about hitting a lot of people. They're already powerful within themselves, but imagine that they hit the ground running, really trying to get the vote out. They were out even this morning, in fact, trying to get that last minute vote. So a lot of stuff that we're going to have to just wait and see.
Yeah, a lot of waiting and seeing.
And we're also seeing the first rumblings. Arizona, neighboring state to us, they had there was a court challenge because they want to leave some polls open later. They had a printer problem with the paper ballots. Now you're already seeing some rumblings on social that seems hinky. So here we go again, I guess.
Yeah, we were waiting to see, Jim, what the big stories would be tonight that have to do with, protests and lawsuits. One of the things I'm watching for tonight is to see whether any Republican candidates in Nevada decide to try to claim victory tonight based on today's returns and those early tallies, knowing full well that there are probably hundreds of thousands of votes out there yet to either arrive or be counted. So I would just like to caution the viewers, regardless of who claims victory tonight, look for the race calls from the Associated Press, from this station, or from the Nevada Independent before you decide to clap and cheer for your candidate.
It ain't over till it's over.
That's right.
And it's going to take a while. All right. Thanks so much, Elizabeth.
Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I'm Reed Cowan from News 3 Las Vegas. We want to thank you for checking out our YouTube channel. Remember, you can always see more of our videos by clicking on the video links. And also don't forget to click that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any of our YouTube updates. Thanks for watching.